Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. So this is going to be a new series that I'm going to start. This is specifically just for what I consider White Mexican Theory Generation 1, the first 13 core sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon through RDS Rise of Destiny. Now, there is going to be a tournament pack card in here that's going to be a little bonus, so we're just going to go ahead and get right into this. So, starting with Generation 1 Set 1, we have Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon, starting with Green Phantom King. Really like the artwork on this. This is actually still to the day, to my understanding, a solo print dawning out of LOB. So we're going to go ahead, exclusively only looking for this series is going to be first edition near mints solely. Starting market price for this is going to be roughly around 4 bones. There's a stack of 4 here. And it's going to completely just kind of bottom out that $4 point until the bottom of the first page here. So pretty awesome stuff on that. Next is going to be Queen of the Autumn Leaves. So this is not a core tournament pack. This is kind of the extra card that I was talking about for you guys tonight. And this is dawning from tournament pack 2. The reason why I want to showcase this is because it goes hand in hand with the other card, King. So King and Queen. And this is significantly more expensive. Obviously this is, again, to my understanding, a solo print out of tournament pack 2 as a common. And starting market price for near mints of these is going to be about 19 bones, and there is a fat sack of 2 play sets of 6 here. Really great artwork on this one. I love like the old like Gen 1 artsy artwork on these. Next is going to be set 2, which is Metal Raiders, the Unhappy Maiden. Now, unfortunately, we still do not have a holo foil of this. I think this would look amazing in super rare, maybe even secret rare. Personally, I have a thing for redheads. I think redheads are just gorgeous, and I just totally love the artwork and the hair and like her ripped up clothes. It's just really cool. I've always just really liked this card. I like how it's a level 1 spellcaster, but the artwork is just phenomenal. Please, Konami, give us a holofoil reprint. For the love of God, not an ultra rare, but a holofoil nonetheless. Starting market price for this is actually a pretty good price point here. It's about 5+ bones for near mint first edition copies here, and there's really not a lot of availability. There's all onesie twosie stacks, and there's a single playset here of near mint first for 9 bones. Just out of curiosity, let's take a look at the other alternate versions. So it was a DB mirrored reprint common. Okay. Now, next is going to be Confiscation. So this is by far one of my all-time favorite Ban Forbidden Magic cards. I love the artwork on this Gen 1 artwork of like this old school like Dark Ages Knight. And if you look really closely in the card, he actually has like these like sinister Sith looking yellow eyes, and he's got like a cheeky grin going on. It's very sinister. It's really awesome. And this lady looks like super desperate and poor, and it's just there's a lot of just great stuff that's going on in this card. So starting market price for this for near mint first editions is going to be 17 bones starting market price, and it looks like these are all pretty much onesie twosies. There is 2 pages availability, and there is no bulk prices for this. Now, of course, there are other variants of this being the very first original Magic stamped one. There was the Spell Ruler mirrored super rares, if you guys are into that, Champion Pack 4 rare, and then a Dark Beginning common 1. Goblin Attack Force is going to be next. So Pharaohs Servant as an ultra rare. Yes, I said ultra rare. I will not give credit to ultra rare. It's a very rare thing, but when it's due credit, I really do appreciate Gen 1 ultra rares, Duel Saga. It's like thunderstorming right now. I apologize, a little sidetracked. And just like there's a very small part of the market that I really like. This being Generation 1, being first edition, I really do appreciate it. Secret Rare was the ceiling back in Generation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! So this was actually very significant to pull an ultra rare, even more so than today. So, okay, so starting market prices for this is going to be around 17 bone for near mint first edition copies, and then it's going to go up to about 25. These are all onesie stacks, and there's only 1 page availability, so this is quickly being eradicated out of the market, at least here for this platform on TCG Player. Now, there are alternative super rares from Dark Beginning, which I actually have several copies myself, and invest in, and I really do appreciate them. I think they look really great. Like the Blood Red foiling looks really awesome, and this card just looks fantastic. There's a Tournament Pack 7 rare, and there's a plethora of commons. There also is a Starlight rare, or a Star Foil rare, which is out of Battle Pack, which is somewhere in here. I guess this one, but specifically for the Starfoil one. Those ones are kind of cool too. Really quick, we'll go ahead and take a look at the near mint variants of DB1 super rares. I think these are really fun. And these are, for onesie twosie stacks, these are insanely affordable. Like 3 bones for these onesie twosie stacks. That's really incredible. But what's really going to count is the stacks, and it doesn't look like there is stacks available. There's only 2 pages available. These are all onesie stacks on the first, and then onesie stacks on the second. So this is quickly being eradicated on the market, no surprise as well. Dark Necrophilia is going to be next. This is a terrible picture, completely depixelated, but this card has phenomenal, amazing artwork. I love like the dark horror behind it, like the whole cracked doll with the green eyes and the alien, and she's got like this like elite halo armor. Like it just looks really awesome. And this card is going for some pretty incredible price points now. Of late, it's been articulating some insane value. Really old. Obviously, Generation 1 Labyrinth of Nightmare, the purple set, and starting market prices for. Apparently, there's a cartridge one or a slab here for about $190. And then there's one for $196 here. There is a playset right here for $196, so something to consider. But then out of that, they're all onesie stacks, and it's pretty much gone off this platform. Now, there are a lot of really amazing alternative artworks or rarities of this. There was the Dark Beginning Ultra Rares, which, you know, again, I love Dark Revs and Dark Beginnings. I wasn't always a Dark Beginnings and Dark Revs fan, but over time I'm beginning to really appreciate those collector values behind those sets. So the two Ultra Rares, we have the Retro Pack, very insanely sought after, and very high collectible Super Rares, which are actually kind of affordable, at least from like these like bulk prices here, or from like the preview prices. The Master Collection Volume 1 is my all-time favorite. I love Secret Rare. The deep hollow foils, secret coils are really deep embedded in this card. They look fantastic, but then it's definitely give it a runner-up is going to be the dual terminal rares, which are really fantastic as well. And for the longest time, these are like well under a bone, even for bulk prices. There may even be some left. For like years, I've been picking up this card because I just think it's a fantastic rarity, fantastic artwork, amazing card, great history merit. And there is a stack of 6 here for 2 bones before it jumps to 5, and that's pretty much gone for near mint bulk prices. So that's going to be Dark Necrophilia. Awesome stuff. Exiled Force is going to be next. This is the original Super Rares out of Legacy of Darkness. Now, I personally like the Hobby League Parallel Ultras, but we'll get into those shortly. Starting market price for this is going to be 11 bones for near mint first edition copies. These are all pretty much onesie stacks until we get to this first playset for 10 bones. Pretty incredible. Now, taking a look at the alternative variants, there's really nothing much of interest besides the Hobby League 4 Parallel Ultras, and these just look amazing. I'm very much a big fan of the Hobby League stuff, specifically for these Parallel Ultras, and the best thing about this is it's extremely affordable. There's a fat stack of 12 right here for under 5 bones for near mint Parallel Ultras Hobby League 4 Generation 1, extremely old, very aesthetically pleasing, and this card just has a lot of great history merit. So if you guys don't buy these, I'm probably going to buy these because this is a fantastic steal deal in my personal opinion. Next is going to be Spirit Reaper. So Pharaohs Guardian first edition rares. There is a Super Rare, and there's also like some mirrored Ultra Rares, which we'll get into shortly, but this is the OG 1 Generation 1 Rare, and this card still holds up in my personal opinion. The sheer fact that you can attack directly, rip one from your opponent's hand, or that it can't be destroyed by battle is really great. It's a level 3, it's a dark, it's a zombie. I love zombies, you love zombies, maybe you don't love zombies, but you should love zombies because they're really fun to play, and they have some really killer cards, like Spirit Reaper. So we're going to get this market price here is going to be about 6 bones, starting market price for near mint first edition copies. These are all onesie twosie stacks until we hit the first place set here for about 10 bones, and then there's only a single page here on this platform. Now, looking at those the alternative rarities, we have the Champion Pack 3 Super Rares, which are very old, very sought after, very high collectors, very fat price point here, 3 bills plus. And there was a Dark Revs Mirrored Rare Common, or Mirrored Rare, and then we have what I think is kind of the more interesting besides the original prints is going to be the Legendary Collection 3, Legendary Collection 4, Joey's World and Yugi's World Parallel Mirrored Ultra Rares. First editions, these are still relatively affordable even for bulk prices, and I highly recommend. It's a gorgeous rarity. Legendary Collection just looks fantastic. Like Gen 1 collectors and Legendary Collection are like my big like bread and butter. I love the shit out of those sets. They're just amazing, and you guys should definitely check them out. Next is going to be Tribe Infecting Virus. This is one of my all-time, like, priority 1 favorite super rare cards of all time, specifically for Generation 1. Magician's Force was just a blowout set. I call it the pink set. Obviously, Dark Magician's Girl came out of this set, and that's like a big like waifu tax fanboy card. But for me specifically, I love Tribe Infecting Virus. I love the artwork on that. The holofoil just looks fantastic. And back in the day, this used to be such a blowout card, and for the longest time, it was on the banned forbidden list, and got lifted, I believe, in like COVID era in 2020. So not too long ago, it got lifted off the list, and still a completely awesome blowout card in my personal opinion. It's a water, it's an aqua. I love water stuff. It's a level 4. It's got 16 attack, which is pretty decent, but the effect is just really fun. Starting market price for this is going to be around 19 bones for near mint first edition copies. There is a stack of 6 here from the infamous core TCG for 30 bones, and there's 2 pages of availability. Now, this is really the only variant that I think is worth noteworthy. There's a Dark Revs rare, which is pretty good money because it's Dark Revs, and then there's a common, which is still, you know, it just shows that this card has had some pretty good predominance because all across the board, it's worth pretty good money. But the super rares first editions are really where the long-term investments are going to be. Now, next is going to be Major De Da Asa. What a tongue twister. This card is really special to me because this card is like the poster boy of Rogue / potentially, I guess Rogue would probably be the more appropriate terminology to use with this. I really love this card. I think it would be amazing if Konami print this in an OTS Ultimate Rare. I think the colors, like the beige and the red and the green, the purple, would just look fantastic in Ultimate Rare, and I really hope that happens. Now, I did get an OTS Super Rare, which is my favorite rarity. It's the only holofoil that we have of this card. All the other ones are commons, but this is the very nostalgic Generation 1 IOC Cookie Cutter Chaos era common. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. These are about like 2 bones, give or take, for even a stack of 3 here for near mint first editions, and then there's 3 pages of availability. If you switch over to bulk prices, there are a couple here available for bulk prices. Now, that OTS Super Rare that came out again, I believe, in COVID era around 2020. Was it 2020? OPS 12 was Tournament Pack 12. It may have been. I'm pretty sure it was because I remember I remember this being like roughly around that time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was still like 2020, which sounds crazy because we're literally 8 sets advanced. But again, we're almost 2 years, so yeah, it makes sense. I don't know math. Anyway, getting back to the video. Starting market price for this is going to be roughly around 4 bones before you factor in shipping for near mint copies, and then we'll switch over to bulk prices because who doesn't want to proc a playset, and those are going to switch to about 5 bones after that. Oh, there's some Frenchy ones, Emiliano. Oh, I guess it is French. It's interesting, maybe the name is French because the name did not change in French. Maybe Emiliano would be interested in those cards. Anyway, moving on. So, Dark Crisis, we have Exodia Necros. Now, there is a secret rare variant of this, which is very aesthetically pleasing. I believe it's Master Collections Volume 2, if I'm not mistaken. But these are the original Ultra Rares, and these are going for some really good money. And why not? It's Exodia, it's an Ultra Rare, it's Generation 1, and it looks fantastic. So, getting started with market prices is going to be about 100 bones for near mint first edition copies of this. And then it's going to trickle up to 115, then 120, and then it's just going to go on from there. These are all onesie stacks. There's non-existent on this platform for near mint first editions on a TCGP platform. Now, there is the Dark Revelation Super Rares, which actually look pretty nice too, but those are quite pricey. What I think is really nice, which seems to be dawning a really fat price point even now, are the Master Collection Volume 2 secret rares. Now, aesthetically pleasing and hierarchy wise, these are technically the highest rarity. Maybe not as difficult to get as the original Ultra Rare first editions, but still really great for collectors in general. And starting market price for near mints is going to be 30 bones. This has articulated some great value over the years, and it's going to continue to articulate some good value. 2 pages of availability. These are all onesie twosie stacks. And let's see if there's any bulk prices. It looks like maybe there's one bulk price. There's not bulk prices. So, Exodia Necros, ladies and gentlemen. Next is going to be the end of Anubis, Ancient Sanctuary, as a secret rare. I love the set number as it's trip 0. Really cool. The artwork is just fantastic on this card. Now, again, this is, I'm like borderline obsessed with Egyptian stuff, and again, if you go back to like Generation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh, it was like based, like Takahashi Kazuki like based it off of like Egyptian stuff, and then maybe it's kind of like a ploy off like being nostalgic and being part of very much like embedded with like Gen 1 history. But I really love Anubis. Is my favorite Egyptian god. I think Egyptian stuff is really cool, hence why I really like this card, and the artwork and the holofoiling just pop really well with this purple, blue, and the emerald in the back, and it just looks really great emerald, more like amber. So what I meant. I don't know my colors. I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know, I guess, apparently. Starting market price for this is going to be 23 bones. And there's about 1Z, 2Z stacks. The first playset here is 25, which I really don't think, given the age merit of this card, is not too bad of a price point, especially for near mint first edition. If they truly are near mint, you have to be careful. I have issues all the time, unfortunately, buying off this platform that aren't near mint, but it kind of is what it is. There's Dark Revs Ultra Rares, which, you know, it's Dark Revs, so that's kind of cool. There's a Lost Millennium Special Edition Ultra Rare, which is kind of interesting too, and then there was a common that really is not pretty lackluster. Next, let me Soul the Duelist, Mind on Air. So, I think, like, this artwork is just fantastic. I love, like, the dark alien look, and she's got, like, this, like, brain orb helmet thing. I don't really know what's going on. Looks super sinister. There's obviously like alien coils or like serpents around here. I don't really know what's going on. The coloring is just fantastic. Obviously, it's an old school ultimate rare, just gorgeous, and I don't know, this card's just really, really cool, and I like it. And it's going for pretty good market price here. Interesting enough, there's only 3 listings of one stack. Starting market price for newer first editions is going to be 30 bones, and it's going to jump to a whopping 45, and then it is gonzos. And the last card I have for you guys is actually going to be a relatively well-known uncensorship, kind of slip through the cracks kind of era history card, and that is Harpy Girl, the original print from the 13th core set Rise of Destiny. Now you can see the skin tights here, it's exposed, it's not the blue tights from the censored artwork, so pretty cool. Not really a good card, but again, that little kind of cutesy anime girl, part of the Harpies package, and very nostalgic Generation 1, and it's cool history merit that it was uncensored. So starting market price for this is going to be about a bone for this first playset, and there's another set here for roughly around a bone for 8. And then there's a fat stack of 13, really cool card number, and that's going to be for 1.5. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you've enjoyed this content, please share it with someone that you believe will also enjoy it. The world is a dark place and life can be difficult. Please be aware that you never know what others are enduring. Please remember to be a friend, be a brother, be a sister. Love and encourage those that surround you always. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by the White Mexican, and I'll see you in the next video.